like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up. It look like I'm foreign cars driving fast. I never done this before. Get drown out my problems. Let me. When up in magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go, Louie! Get this board. You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Shoot! Okay!
Now a 5-time All-Pro. Here's Gale Sayers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Mahomes now to throw. Caught by his running back, Sayers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Mahomes now on first down. That's complete to Sharp. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They run with Sayers. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. John Henderson, the big defensive tackle there on the stop. They'll try and run for it with Sayers. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the draw, it's Sayers. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. The 49er great Patrick Willis sit on the tackle. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's caught by Beasley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 24 yards. We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Sacked by the relentless Howie Long. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Kill. Turn up. 15. No.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll run with the Hall of Famer Sayers. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. 15 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Vick running the option left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
On 2nd down. It's Jackson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Vick running the option left. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from the 20 as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On second down, this is Jackson. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Hall of Famer Ty Law coming up from the secondary to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gets this one to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 44, Vic. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Vic will look to throw on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Three down.
Vic to the air again. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. This will be the final play of the half. Vic going up top. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Mahomes again. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And again, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's caught. Jones. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Hall of Famer, Too Tall Jones there on the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. His pass caught at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
But Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now a carry here for their fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
I'm coming after you.
They run on first down with Jackson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run again with Jackson. That's some strong running. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
With the score all time.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. A run, this is Sayers, and he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Ray Lewis was dialed in for that tackle, as he usually is, and throughout his career, built a reputation as not just a leader and intimidating force at middle linebacker, but a guy who made other players better around him. The Ravens didn't allow a single 100-yard rusher in 51 straight games from 1998 to 2001 with him running the show.
That's quite a stat, and hey, it doesn't look like they're going to yield a 100-yard rusher in this game we're watching right now either. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And with that, they still have a chance, partner.
Yeah, if that ball's knocked away, this game is probably over. But guess what? We still got some ball to play.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They'll try a toss here with Sayers. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Deion Sanders. as time has now run out on this game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
That's it. 180. Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right.
One of the true legends of pro football, it's Jim Brown. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. On 2nd and 7, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Gale Sayers, 35 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Mike 40, check, he's coming.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down. Hey!
They will go for it. Now Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before. I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Stuff like them. Bills in a 5-star hotel, and I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate, pay their bills. They can't get it by they self.
That's why you treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way, cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
But it's around here, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And now
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold as chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro. For your post, your pop, and your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets. You can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar. One man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Deion Sanders on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Vick. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you. Set, ready, and read. Trip. Key 26.
Now on 2nd and 13, Vick. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Holt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes now to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Ray Guy now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And Sanders now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Here we go. Took the outlaw. Some got
Now a carry for Portis. And some room to maneuver. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Clinton Portis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Again, they'll run with Sayers. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Jackson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Sayers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take it on in in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
A run with Portis. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run with Bell on first down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
At the Chiefs' 33-yard line.
Throwing, Vick. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, Vick. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, 2-time Pro Bowler Dante Hall. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Michael Vick. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he finds Beasley, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, running left, it's Sayers. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat.